So, after that match, they cut to the back. Jimmy's brawling with Cody Rhodes. He gets beaten up because it's Jimmy Uso. Solo attacks, but Cody's managing to fight him off when he is attacked from behind by The Rock.
Oh, my God.
Who yells, "Look at you now, boy!"
Oh, my
I'm going to break the button.
I think you're going to come.
Yeah. Just imagine I'm
Oh, my God.
pressing this after every sentence because it's going to get annoying if I do that.
You are worried about being annoying?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'd worried about overshadowing the final boss, and then I don't want to do that. He says...
I don't think you could have tried, to be honest.
He says... you think The Rock was just going to let you talk trash for these past 2 weeks? He says, "Look at you now." He says that quite a lot, and I could pop every time. He spits on Cody Rhodes at this point as well. You might not have seen this. He hits him with a trash can to the head. He grabs a toolbox and empties it on him. And then they brawl through the doors out into the parking lot where, Michael Sidgwick, it's raining. And what is out there but Cody's bus?
Mana! Extreme mana.
Rock says, "Look at this, Chicago. It's perfect." You're upset? He's talking to the crowd here. You're upset that The Rock wasn't saying anything? Well, The Rock's got your attention now, hasn't he, you pieces of shit? Oh, right.
He's busting. He's busting.
The Rock sort of kicks him around. It's raining. I'm not sure if I mentioned that.
Oh, my God.
He shouts at Cody to get up. Get up, I'm the final boss. Get up. John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin are watching.
Aye.
Their faces are on the bus.
Yes.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think so, because WWE doesn't really update the buses very often.
I think not.
He thinks not.
I think not.
He thinks.
I'm convinced he's got me. I'm convinced.
Ah. Well, we're all in a good mood.
Yeah.
I mean, surprisingly so.
He shouts to the watching audience, "Look at your hero." And then he yells about Mama Rhodes. And he says, "Don't you worry, I've got a gift for you." He throws Cody repeatedly into the side of his own bus.
Do the throne gesture. What's a motherfucking name?
He says, basically, it didn't have to be like this.
Nah, it didn't have to be like that.
Love the fact you're the hype man now. It didn't have to be like this.
Nope, didn't.
All of this is happening because of Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
There's been some accusations.
Accusations.
No, sorry, it's the wrong one. So he throws Cody into the bus one more time.
Mana!
And Cody's been busted open. At which point, The Rock says, "The prophecy has come true."
Yeah, someone else is coming as well.
He's got Cody. Cody's slumped up against the bus at this point. And callback slaps him and then reveals and I'm sorry, Hamlet's not here for this. He reveals a white weight belt with Mama Rhodes written on it with the Rock's logo. He smears his hand over a bloodied Cody Rhodes' forehead and rubs the blood on the weight belt. And he says, "I said this, it's going to be a bloody weight belt I'm going to give to you, covered in your tears as well, Mama Rhodes." And then he starts talking about Cody's dad. Talks about hard times. Hard times. Your dad talks about hard times. I'm going to learn you about hard times.
Oh, my God, I'm going to learn them. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That'll learn him to bust my tomato.
I'm going to learn you about hard times at WrestleMania.
Why is that? I always found that so funny.
Yeah. And then, to conclude, he says,
There's a perfectly good verb, but you just use learn instead. It's always popped me.
yeah. He says, "This is what happens when you with the final boss."
Oh, God.
And he sends him into the bus one more time. He kneels over his lifeless body now, basically. And he says...
What's my motherfucking name?
No, he says... He didn't say that. No, he says... he says, look at your son, Mama Rhodes. It didn't have to be this way, but now this is the only way. Oh, God. Hang on, I think there's a button for this. I believe so. Hang on.
An incredible angle. Wow. An absolutely incredible angle. You fuse the tone, the sensibilities, and the bloodshed of Jim Crockett Promotions, and you film it under the Blade Runner aesthetic, and you get me hard. That's what gets Michael Sidgwick's nipples hard. Michael Sidgwick's cock hard. This is unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is a bitch now. He's going to have to rise to the challenge because, oh my God, the final boss. He wasn't even the final boss. He's kind of like the underboss.
Oh.
If anything. Technically, in terms of the progression of the story in the finale. This is just an unbelievable angle, which leads me to my point. Was it late 2021 and early 2022, particularly 2022, because that's when Moxley was on point and bleeding every week.
Yeah.
I still think it's cool every single time. I don't think I'll ever get bored of blood, but at the same time, it lost its potency.
Yeah.
There was a difference to Jon Moxley bleeding every other match to something like Dustin Rhodes at Double or Nothing. I understood rationally that something had been lost along the way. I espouse discipline and storytelling every single week on these podcasts. I wish Triple H had a little bit less, and I wish Tony Khan had a little bit more. The great thing about being really disciplined and making things feel special when they need to is that when was the last honest-to-God worked blade job in WWE?
No
Are we
idea.
talking like not in the last decade?
No.
Surely not.
Not that I can think. I genuinely can't think.
Approved as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one Batista got fined or whatever?
Yeah, that was like 2010, I want to say.
Yeah. If you don't do these things, they will be special. And this was just a great example of not shooting your load, not busting your nut, not doing things to excess, and these things becoming... This is such a striking, unique visual. And because it's such a rarity, it just scanned as this unbelievable transgression. This was a fabulous, old-fashioned, very simple professional wrestling angle, elevated. Nobody else could narrate it. It's meant to feel like this smash and grab, bloody him up. Right, his gang's coming to get us. We need to bail. Like, really elaborate. Went on for ages. There was no hint of it getting disrupted. So it was very staged. But who else to stage it other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? It's got extreme manner. What did you feel like?
I couldn't believe what I was watching. It's the obvious stuff as well. Like you say, the blade job, wow. And the fact Cody's got blonde hair. Simple things sometimes.
Yeah.
It just works so much better. But like you say, there's probably by the time they go out again into the rain, I think there was maybe 5 minutes. And that's a long time to effectively... You're not going to hit any moves. There was a split second I thought he was going to throw him over that concrete barrier. And I was like, well, he'll die if you do that. But, there was no moves. It wasn't like he was going to hit him with a rock bottom on the concrete or anything like that. So it's just Dwayne beats up Cody outside in the rain and trash talks him. And at some point, he grabs the camera, Cody blades and that. But there didn't feel like a second where it was like Rock's kind of playing for time here. He's been told, actually, there's another couple of minutes before we go off air. Look at you now, boy. First thing he said, Jesus. I've watched this three times now, right? One for pure enjoyment, one to make notes, and then another one for pure enjoyment.
Yeah.
I want to watch it again and again and again. My concern, as you alluded to, is the video package. Video package for night 2's fine. You'll have the screw job from 39, and then Cody winning the Rumble, and then a bit from night 1 to set up, fingers crossed, Bloodline rules. Video package for night 1's going to be, The Rock's been a bloody terror to Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns was, he's going to be involved somehow or another.
Yeah.
Like,
The Rock is too good for his own good. What is he playing at? You can't, be bad. Or if you're The Rock and you think, now, should I go 7 out of 10 so Roman doesn't look like a 4? That's going to go 10. You know what I mean? Like, it's on Roman Reigns to step the hell up.
Yeah.
That's it's becoming an issue. I've never really doubted the atmosphere for night 2 because I was just so in admiration of what a good job they did last year. I'm starting to worry about that night 2 match for the first time.
I think with
the night 1 match injected into my goddamn veins.
Yeah. I think with the shenanigans, because I'm assuming Bloodline rules, as I said, it can be fine. But the manner on night 1.
No, the manner on night 1's absolutely out of goddamn control.
You know, people sell air from Wales on eBay. And you're like, what's that? It's a jar of nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Or farts or whatever. You could just sell jars of mana. Should we just set up a shop at WrestleMania?
We don't have the manner, though.
No, but it doesn't matter. Mana's not really a quantifiable thing.
It is when the Rock exhales.
But if you just say, look, this has got mana in it, it's $20.
Well, what if, right, The Rock, Philadelphia, right, is making his entrance. Goes up on that top turnbuckle. Right? And he's breathing in, then he goes... And someone just gets a jar, goes like that.
That's the mana.
Screws it on. That's a mana. That's the mana.
That's WrestleMania.
That's WrestleMania. I'd buy it with money. I'm sorry, I would buy it with money.